Just because of the words "sick man of East Asia," Bruce Lee made up his mind to learn martial arts. Originally, Bruce Lee took his dance partner to the best dance hall in Hong Kong to dance, but the security guard stopped them and said, "Chinese are not allowed to enter." Just when Bruce Lee wanted to continue arguing, Blair, who was passing by, humiliated Bruce Lee again. Bruce Lee and Blair were ready to fight, but fortunately his dance partner called the police in time, which stopped the duel. The next day, Bruce Lee learned from his mother that his father's friend Xiao Bo would be back from the United States soon. Bruce Lee was instantly excited because Xiao Bo was a martial artist. Bruce Lee thought he must seize this opportunity and practice martial arts with Xiao Bo. When Bruce Lee met Xiao Bo, he immediately expressed his wishes. He wanted to practice martial arts quickly and beat the foreigners away. Xiao Bo naturally understood this, but he still felt that Bruce Lee was young and energetic at the time, saying that learning martial arts was mainly for fighting, so he tactfully rejected Bruce Lee. Although Xiao Bo had not been in Hong Kong for many years, he had always had a high status in Hong Kong. That night, he took Bruce Lee and his dance partner to the dance hall that had previously not allowed Chinese people to enter. Just when Bruce Lee was happily dancing cha-cha with his dance partner, Blair brought people around again. Xiao Bo did not intend to take action when he saw this. He wanted to observe again, and Bruce Lee was still not afraid of the provocation of foreigners, and he directly fought with Blair. The scene was chaotic for a while, but after all, they were outnumbered, and Bruce Lee was knocked to the ground. Just when Blair wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to attack, Xiao Bo finally couldn't help it. He went up and subdued the foreigners in a few moves. This operation made Bruce Lee's eyes sparkle. Martial artists are different. Facing several foreigners with weapons, he easily knocked them all down in a few moves. After this incident, Xiao Bo also changed his attitude towards Bruce Lee. He began to slowly understand Bruce Lee's determination to learn martial arts. So he found Bruce Lee's father and wanted to have a good talk. Xiao Bo said that Bruce Lee learned everything quickly and was a smart child. After hearing this, Bruce Lee's father immediately agreed and said, "If you use this effort in learning, you will definitely have a bright future." He even took Bruce Lee's winning the Cha-Cha Dance Championship as an example. Xiao Bo told everything that happened tonight. It's not that Bruce Lee loves to fight and cause trouble, but that the group of foreigners bullied him too much. In this way, during the time when Xiao Bo was in Hong Kong, Bruce Lee would go to Xiao Bo early every day to practice Hung Fist. It was also at this moment that Bruce Lee slowly embarked on the road of martial arts. But all good things must come to an end. Xiao Bo had to return to the United States immediately because his wife was seriously ill. Bruce Lee also began to feel depressed. Once Xiao Bo left, there was no one to teach Bruce Lee martial arts. At this time, Bruce Lee's father found him and wanted to take him to see someone, that is, Master Ip Man, who influenced Bruce Lee's life. Bruce Lee held a very thick wooden board tightly, and the man in front of him punched through the board in an instant. The power of this Wing Chun inch punch instantly made Bruce Lee interested. Every day after that, Bruce Lee would run 5 kilometers to Wing Chun Hall. He thought he could quickly learn the skills for actual combat, but Ip Man asked him to start with horse stance. Although Bruce Lee was reluctant, he had to listen to Ip Man and did as he was told. After doing horse stance for a week, Bruce Lee thought he could learn actual kung fu, but Ip Man asked him to do horse stance and lift a wooden stick. Bruce Lee held the wooden stick and reluctantly asked Ip Man if he could stop practicing this useless thing. Ip Man said that basic skills should be practiced for a lifetime, and martial arts requires a calm mind. But no matter how much Bruce Lee begged Ip Man to teach him real kung fu, Ip Man still refused him. Because he had been lifting wooden sticks for a day, his hands were already red and swollen, and he couldn't even hold a bowl when he got home. But Bruce Lee didn't give up. He started to lift 2 wooden sticks on his own, and he did it all day. Even on rainy days, Bruce Lee still persisted. Bruce Lee believed that as long as he did well enough, Ip Man could teach him real kung fu. Seeing that Bruce Lee had been doing this for so many days, Ip Man asked him what was the purpose of practicing martial arts. Bruce Lee said that he had been tired of standing still for a long time, and he envied his fellow disciples when he saw them practicing. Bruce Lee did not know Ip Man's good intentions. As the saying goes, practicing martial arts without practicing skills is a waste of time. Bruce Lee was always eager to practice martial arts, and he was impatient. Ip Man just wanted him to calm down. So Bruce Lee looked aggrieved, and he continued to stand in the rain. The next day, Ip Man announced something to his disciples. He was going to give lectures at universities in Taiwan and exchange martial arts experiences. So he asked his disciples to compete now, and the top 6 could go with him. Just when Bruce Lee was eager to show off, Ip Man called for a stop as soon as he made a move and said that Zim Lee won. Bruce Lee was very puzzled. How could he say that the other party won before the fight even started? Bruce Lee was a young and brave man. He rushed forward directly. As a result, Bruce Lee admitted defeat, and he also realized that he was the weaker party. On the way back, Bruce Lee had to vent his anger on his clothes. However, there was a man standing on the road who caught Bruce Lee's attention. Their words were full of gunpowder. This competition was inevitable. Will Bruce Lee defeat the yellow-skinned boy in front of him? Bruce Lee, who had just learned martial arts, thought that he could easily knock down the yellow-skinned boy on the opposite side, but he did not expect that the opponent's leg skills were amazing. Under the continuous series of kicks, Bruce Lee finally couldn't hold on. In this way, Bruce Lee competed with an outsider for the first time and was defeated miserably. Enemies often meet on a narrow road. When Bruce Lee's friend Lin went to Wang's martial arts hall to deliver fish, he unexpectedly found that a servant in the martial arts hall was the yellow-skinned boy who had just beaten Bruce Lee. After Lin took the tea, the yellow-skinned boy left without saying anything. Then, Lin told Bruce Lee about this matter. Bruce Lee was also surprised after hearing it. A servant who did odd jobs actually had such good kung fu. Now, Bruce Lee had a strong interest in Wang's martial arts school, and he immediately went to the Wang's martial arts school. After he entered the door, facing the beginner Bruce Lee, several martial arts school disciples were unable to catch him. When he saw the owner of the martial arts school, Wang Yunsheng, Bruce Lee immediately stated, he was from Yangchun Hall, and he came here today to learn from each other. Obviously, Bruce Lee came to the door without authorization and broke the rules of the martial arts world. This wave is true. Bruce Lee is too arrogant, and no one can tolerate it. Then, Wang Yunsheng asked his disciples to get ready and prepare to practice with Bruce Lee. Wang Yunsheng's group of disciples made it easy for Bruce Lee, who was just learning martial arts, to catch him. Wang Yunsheng saw that Bruce Lee had a certain level, and he immediately called a halt. Then, Bruce Lee stepped forward and asked to fight with the yellow-skinned boy by name. The yellow-skinned boy's leg skills were still flexible and powerful. After a few kicks, he kicked Bruce Lee to the ground. Bruce Lee was thrown out by the crowd. Unexpectedly, Bruce Lee smiled. When he returned to the martial arts hall, the senior brother took out the warning letter sent by the Wang family martial arts hall. After seeing the letter, Bruce Lee knew that he had caused trouble. The senior brother was angry and kicked Bruce Lee directly. Bruce Lee got up and apologized to his senior brother. At this time, the senior brother saw that Bruce Lee was unwell. After asking, he learned that Bruce Lee was beaten yesterday. The next day, the senior brother came to visit Bruce Lee at home, and Bruce Lee hurriedly told the senior brother his opinion. He said that the Wang family's leg movements were large and fierce, and the senior brother's speed was particularly fast, just like a hammer. The eldest brother was very optimistic about Xiaolong's cleverness, so he unreservedly passed on his own practical experience to Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was indeed a martial arts genius, and his kung fu improved a lot in a short period of time. So after he recovered from his injury, he hurried to find the yellow-skinned boy to spar with him again. However, this time, the yellow-skinned boy's attack was easily resolved by Bruce Lee. The yellow-skinned boy never expected that Bruce Lee's kung fu could be improved so much overnight. Bruce Lee did not dare to relax his vigilance. The yellow-skinned boy easily blocked his two side kicks. After Bruce Lee blocked all three attacks, the yellow-skinned boy was instantly confused. Bruce Lee then showed a proud smile. The yellow-skinned boy thought he had to use his ultimate move again and wanted to give a heavy blow like last time. After all, this move defeated Bruce Lee twice. However, when he made a move, everything was as Bruce Lee expected. Just when he used the scissor kick to seize the initiative, Bruce Lee quickly dodged by retreating. He waited for the yellow-skinned boy to kick him hard. Bruce Lee caught the opponent's kick with his fist and directly bounced the yellow-skinned boy out. This time, Bruce Lee finally avenged the previous two times, and the grudge between the two of them will accompany their lives. A few days later, Ip Man took his apprentices out to exchange martial arts experience and returned. Ip Man wanted his disciples to fight with the senior brothers who had gone out to study to improve their martial arts. Bruce Lee immediately said that he wanted to practice with his senior brother. The senior brother thought he would easily defeat Bruce Lee, but what Ye Wen didn't expect was that in just a few days, Bruce Lee could easily knock down his senior brother. Who would have thought that the next second, Bruce Lee knelt down and asked for forgiveness from his master Ye Wen. Bruce Lee told all about his experience in Wang Yunsheng's martial arts school. Although this was a taboo in the martial arts world, when Ip Man learned that Bruce Lee was kicked in order to summarize his experience, Ip Man did not pursue the matter too much and forgave him. Instead, he appreciated Bruce Lee's ambition even more and asked Bruce Lee to exchange experiences with his senior brothers without reservation. No one should hold back and make progress together. After this incident, Bruce Lee began to teach his senior brother Shin Lee how to combine Wing Chun and Wang's legs. But when Bruce Lee wanted to ask Shin Lee for advice on the knowledge he had learned outside, Shin Lee always asked Bruce Lee to drink to get by, claiming that he had not learned anything outside. A few days later, Ip Man began to check the results of everyone's exchange and learning. This time, Bruce Lee fought against Shin Lee again. Because Shin Lee had reserved a move for Bruce Lee, they only exchanged one move, and Bruce Lee lost the competition. At the beginning of the second round, Shin Lee used the new moves he had learned outside. When Bruce Lee was knocked down again, he seemed to understand that Shin Lee had not taught him everything he knew. He could only bow in grievance without losing his courtesy. And the Master Ip Man saw that Shin Lee had not taught Bruce Lee what he had learned for his own selfish reasons. Ip Man always emphasized the importance of martial ethics. If you can't even be a good person, you will not have any future. As a master of his generation, Ip Man could not tolerate any sand in his eyes. He resolutely expelled Shin Lee from his school.